Kinesis pays you yields. It pays you gold and silver for holding gold and silver in their system and doing transactions. How can they do this? How can Kinesis pay you instead of you having to pay them to store your gold? What about crypto staking? Crypto staking. Put your money here and you earn all this interest. Where does that money come from? Where does that money come from? I think it's totally fair to ask that same exact question of Kinesis. If they're going to pay us yields for all this stuff that's going on in Kinesis, the money has to come from somewhere. There is no magic here. If it's sustainable and a long-term solution, in the Kinesis system, the money to pay your yields comes from fees that you and other people already paid. It's that simple. A portion of the fees you paid for services comes back to you in the form of yields. So let's look at the things that I've done on this channel. For example, minting. Minting is where you bring a bunch of money in and you buy a whole bunch of gold or silver at once. At least 100 ounces of silver or however many ounces of gold. So it's a pretty good chunk of money. So you bring it in. You've got your bank wire charge, which I already talked about, and by the way is going to be reduced because of Zelle. But in addition to that, I think it was $5 US, $5 fee on the Kinesis side. That $5 goes into the master fee pool from which the yields are paid. So I deposited the cash, paid $5 fee. All right, well then I went ahead and took my government issued currency and I converted it into gold and silver. Well, you pay another fee for that service, right? It's a small fee. It's an amazingly small fee. I showed you that in an earlier video. If your goal is to acquire gold and silver quickly at low fees, it's fantastic. But there is a fee. So that fee goes into the master fee pool from which yields are paid. Then, I've done a number of other things. I have converted some of the silver to gold and some of the gold to silver and some back to US dollars to do transactions. And every time, and I bought Bitcoin and Ethereum. Every time I do one of those activities, there's a fee. And again, the fees are really, really small on Kinesis, but there is a fee. And that fee gets put into that master fee pool. So since Kinesis was created, they have captured $24 million in fees. Now this is a whole bunch of transactions because these fees are so small, but we're talking millions of, I'm gonna don't know exactly, but I'm gonna go on a limb here and say millions of transactions have been conducted on Kinesis. So $24 million has been put into these master fee pool, which then gets divided up based on the type of activity. And by the way, this is one of the reasons you can be confident in Kinesis is that these yields are not excessive. Nobody is promising you 6% a year or 10% a year or 12% a year. Those are ridiculous, not sustainable numbers that are happening in the crypto staking space. Kinesis has to run their operations. They've got to pay staff salaries. They need to buy computers and internet access and data centers, hosting of their servers and backups for the data on their servers and audits, right? We looked at audits a couple of things ago and government regulation, compliance, and all this stuff. That stuff has to be paid for. So that is 42.5% of the monies put into the master fee pool.